As per Srimad Bhagavad, on the 9th day of the Mahabharata war between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, the third Yuga, which is the Dwapar Yuga, had ended, and the last Yuga, which is the Kali Yuga, had begun. However, because of the power of Lord Krishna, Kali could not spread throughout the earth and was restricted to battlefields and war grounds. Although the full effect of Kali Yuga started after the demise of Sri Krishna, Krishna knew very well what Kali Yuga would bring along. As per the Uddhava Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, once the four Pandavas were Arjuna, Bhima, Nakul, and Sahadev. Ask Krishna, "What is Kali Yuga?" Krishna smiled and said, "Let me demonstrate to you the situation of Kali Yuga." He took a bow and 4 arrows and shot them in 4 directions and ordered the 4 Pandavas to go and bring them back. Each of the 4 Pandavas went in 4 different directions to search for the arrows. When Arjuna picked up an arrow, he heard a very sweet voice. He turned around and saw a cuckoo singing in a spellbinding voice, but was also eating the flesh of a live rabbit. Arjuna was very surprised to see the gory act by such a divine bird and left the place immediately. Bhima picked an arrow from a place where 5 wells were situated. The 4 wells were surrounded by a single well. The 4 wells were overflowing with very sweet water, as if they were not able to hold water. And surprisingly, the well in the middle of these 4 overflowing wells was completely empty. Bhima was also puzzled by this sight. Nakul was returning to the place after picking up the arrow. He stopped at a place where a cow was about to give birth. After giving birth, the cow started licking the calf, but continued to lick it, even after the calf was clean. With great difficulty, people were able to separate them, and by that time the calf was injured badly. Nakul was puzzled by the behavior of such a calm animal. Sahadev picked an arrow which fell near a mountain and saw a bug boulder falling. The boulder was crushing the rocks and bugging trees on its way down, but the same boulder was stopped by a small plant. Sahadev was also amazed by this sight. The 4 Pandavas returned to Lord Krishna with arrows. They placed the arrows at Lord Krishna's feet and requested him to explain the meaning of the mysterious sights that each of them had witnessed. Lord Krishna smiled and began explaining. To the first scenario of Arjuna, Krishna says, "In Kali Yuga, the pious men and saints will be like the cuckoo. They will all have sweet words, but they will exploit and inflict pain on their followers, like the cuckoo was doing to the poor rabbit." Krishna continued when he said, "In Kali Yuga, the poor and the rich will live in the same locality. The rich will be overflowing with fortune, yet they will not spare a single coin to help the poor, like the dry well received not a drop of water from the surrounding wells that were overflowing with water." Lord Krishna looked at Nakul and said, "In Kali Yuga, parents will love their children so intensely that they will end up spoiling them. In the same manner that the cow destroyed its calf by licking it too much, parents will disrupt their children's lives with too much love. The attachment to the children will be so much that parents will become blind to all the other relationships in their lives." To Sahadev, Lord Krishna said, "The people of Kali Yuga will rush to their doom like the boulder you saw. Large trees are symbolic of assets in life, like relatives, family, friends, and wealth. None of these will help them escape doom. The plant stands for the name of God. A weak but faithful recall of God's name will help him escape his doom. When Kali Yuga degenerates even further, people who follow Dharma are seen to have an ever smaller life. Towards the end of Kali Yuga, the young one acts like the old. The conduct that suits the young is seen in the old. The old will think like children, and the young will have the intelligence of the old. In Kali Yuga, people manipulate the truth. Because of this harm done to the truth, lifespans are shortened. Men will rob the possessions of others, even those of widows. Men will happily accept gifts given even by evil. Men will be addicted to meat and liquor and will be weak in the Dharma. The only mark of evil will be poverty.